Hi, everybody. Last time we start talking about the tasks of the data analyst, and it's very important to understand the role of data analyst. First, we talk about the preparation step, data preparation, and in this step, we prepare data to ensure correctness, accuracy, and relevance of data and make it more readable and more understandable. After preparation, we start to model data. But modeling step, data modeling is totally dependent on data preparation. If data wasn't prepared efficiently, so the data model will not be an efficient model, which will lead to the wrong reports and the wrong business decisions. So what is data modeling? Data modeling is a process of defining tables and relationships between them. In this step, we start to know what are the tables that are included in this model and what are the relationships between tables, what are the attributes included in the table. And the basic task of data modeling is to visualize and understand the structure of the information. And it has a direct effect on the performance of your reports and over the overall data analysis. If the data model is not efficient, your reports will be weak reports, which will not give the correct information to the decision makers. And at the end, we will get the wrong decisions and the wrong answer to our question. As I mentioned, as the model is effective, the reports are more accurate and generated faster and more efficient. One way to know that your data model is not perfect is that the reports are slow to be retrieved. If you find your reports are very slow to be retrieved, that means that something wrong in your data modeling, and you have to go back to check data modeling from the beginning and to check the data preparation step. These steps, as I mentioned, comes after data preparation step, and both together, they are the longest and most important steps in data analysis because all the common steps will depend on these important steps. So, good data preparation and understanding of data will make more easier data modeling. And a well-designed model with well-prepared data together will give efficient and trusted reports. And that's actually what we need to and at the end to get a trusted and efficient report, which will give the perfect information. We have 3 steps of data modeling. These are the types of data modeling: conceptual data model, logical data model, and physical data model. First, conceptual data model. This is the beginning of data model. You have to first, it's related to the concept. So you need to have the concept of everything. There is high level of data abstraction. You have to look at your data as an overall unit from the abstraction to understand what is the data is and what is the data is about, and to know and understand the components of your business system. So this step is not where we deliver or where we get the model itself, but this step is to understand the concept of our data, the data abstraction. So it is more abstract. After the conceptual data model comes the logical data model. And here we start to go further in the details of the data to understand more about the details. So this step is less data abstraction and more details. When I get some details about the system in this step, I start to understand how to implement this system. And I will start to define the attributes and relationships. So now in this step, the logical data model, I will come to the point of what are the tables that involve it, what are the attributes of these tables and relationships between them. Hmm. After logical data model, we start to build the physical or the actual data model where there is less or no abstraction, but there is a high level of details. This is the least abstract model, and it deals with more details about the system and unique rules and features. And it defines in detail the system and technology used to represent tables, attribute, data type, constraints, indexes, and procedures within the system. So, for example, if we are analyzing sales data and we already prepare the data, then the step of data modeling. The step of data modeling is not a single step. It's a complicated nested step. I don't come directly and say that now I will build a data model. No. First you have to follow three stages, three types of data modeling to make sure that you perfectly end with the efficient data model. So for sales data, for example, at the logical, as a conceptual data model, I will get a brief overview of my data. What is this system includes? What is this system is about? What are the questions that I need to answer? I don't know. I don't need to know more details. I just need to know data abstraction of my system. After knowing the concept and the abstraction of my system, I will start the logical data model where it is less abstract. In this logical data model, I will start to understand and define what are the tables that can be included um, in this system. For example, sales database or sales data. May I have many branches? May I have branches in different countries? May I have items and products and salesmen? So I can decide that I may need a table for every of these units. And I can recognize that, for example, I will need a table for the branches. And what I will need in the table of the branch, I will need, for example, the ID of the branch, the name of the branch, and the location, and so on. I need another table for the product. So what I need inside the product, for example, the product code, the product name, the date, everything related to the product. So I have a less abstract but more detail, a little bit more details about the in the components of the system. So in the logical data model, I know what are the tables, relationships, and attributes within the table. After that, I will take the logical data model with more details. I know more details about the system, go deeper inside the system, and start to define, okay, so now I have these tables, these relationships, and these attributes. What are the constraints of related to the attributes? For example, I have an attribute or a field that shouldn't be repeated, should have unique values. So I have to add constraints here to make sure that this field will not be duplicated. I have another field that is date, so I need to adjust the data type to accept only date. This, for example, the price. The price is not less than $10. So I have to adjust the validation and the constraint that will adjust or to prohibit the user from entering any price that less than $10. So I get into more details. If I go into data modeling by these steps, at the end, I will come up with the most efficient data model. And data modeling is very long step, needs more revision, needs many revisions, needs many checks to make sure that I did everything correct. And there are specific applications that can build data model, like the ER Studio, for example, can build data model. But the good data model is a reflection of the good understanding and the good preparation of your data. To sum up, data modeling is the second step of the rule in the data analysis, and this is a crucial task for the data analyst. In that step, we start to build the data model. We start to define the tables and the relationships between them. To do that, we need to go into two stages, two types of data modeling. The conceptual, which is more abstract. We don't need more details. We just understand what is the system is about and what is the inputs and outputs to our system. What are the type of data that enter our system, and what are the information that have to come out of our system. Next, after we get this concept, we start to build logical data model, which needs some more details, a little bit more details, but we still have abstraction, data abstraction. So in the logical data model, we will get tables and attributes and the relationships between them. After preparing the logical data model, we start to go deeper into the details to build our physical actual data model, which is the least abstract of them, has least data abstraction, has more details. We have to know the details about everything. We have to make sure that all the data are relevant. We have to have information about what are inside the tables. Like the table here, we will build tables of attributes, data types. What are the constraints? What are the indexes? And what are the procedures that I can use to manage or to prepare this data model? A good prepared data will lead to an efficient data model. If you, for example, collect data which is not relevant to your topic, to your question, it means that you will build data model has a lot of irrelevant data to your system, which means you will get reports which contain information that you don't need and the decision maker won't need to. So these steps are closely related to each other, data preparation and data modeling, and you have to take your time and to best concentration in performing these two steps. That's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Please, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Help me to grow up. See you. If you have any question, write down the comments down below, and see you next video. Thank you. Bye bye.